Okay, good day everybody. Today we are going to be using SketchUp to draw a 3D bench. Now there is an example located within Moodle which you can print off or you can toggle on and off of, and it gives you most of the dimensions and a general idea of what the 3D bench looks like. So you're welcome to print that off now or toggle it on. We'll begin by starting SketchUp. And today we're going to be using metric measure, millimeters to be exact. So there's millimeters there. Select that and then start using SketchUp. Okay, so there's Chris. We're going to leave him there for the time being. Eventually he will be in our way, but for now we need him. So zoom in to your origin and place your green, red, and blue axes in this general area. You can probably zoom in just a little more. Grab your drawing tool, click on the origin, and we're going to create a rectangle that is 300 wide, so along the red axis, 300, and up on the blue, 400, back on the red to the blue axis. Make sure you're always drawing on a colored axis, and then back to my origin. Now, this is already the right size. I can tell you right here, it goes to about to Chris's knees. So we don't need Chris anymore. We might as well delete him so we can use our zoom extents tool. Now that we've done this, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of a cutout at the bottom. This may be a new tool for you. So let's first of all find a starting point. We're going to go 80 millimeters in. So grab that drawing pencil, click on the origin and go on that red axis, type in 80 and press enter. Now a little endpoint will show up. We're going to do the same on this here. Click here, move to your left 80 and press enter. And there it is, our little endpoint. So on those endpoints, we're going to go and grab our tool under our tools menu, and we're going to click on protractor. And we're going to make the protractor green and click on that endpoint. That's our first starting point. Then we're going to click on this outermost right point for our second point, and then we're going to just move our cursor up, and as we're moving it up, you're going to notice that the angle changes in the right hand corner of your screen, lower right hand corner. So we just want to type in, I believe this is 60 degrees. Type in 60 degrees, and we're going to do the same thing from this point. We'll find that endpoint, that's where 80 is. We'll click on that endpoint. We'll click anywhere really on this line, it doesn't matter. And then we'll move up and type in 60. And there you have it. Grab the pencil drawing tool and follow that guideline from here to here and down to there. We no longer need those guides. Now remember, it's a good idea to erase outside your drawing so we can just drag through there. If we do it on the inside, we don't know what we're erasing. Now this little circle drawing polygon right here, I guess it's not a polygon, it's a circle. We're going to click on this point, make a little decorative circle here, and let's make this 15 millimeters. So we'll zoom into that so you can see it a little better. Grab the eraser tool, and we don't need this line, or this line. So erase those lines, and you could even erase this bottom line, and that will make it hollow. So we have a thin sheet of paper with this beautiful design. Let's extrude that 20 millimeters, or push-pull it, I guess, in this program. So we're going to click on that, push away from it, let go of the mouse, type in 20 for 20 millimeters, and press enter. And there you have it, one of our bench's sides. Now we're going to create another one on the other side. Let's just zoom extend this, And that leg or that side is 520 millimeters from inside to inside. So let's click on that point, go along that green axis, type in 520, press enter, and get our cursor tool. We want to take and group this. So we're going to just take and draw that little box around it like so. And let's look for that group under Edit, Make Group. Now what that does is it allows me to move this as a group. If I didn't do that, then what would happen, here I'll ungroup it just by going Edit, Undo. What happens is I just can't select. I select one line at a time. So I want to show you that one more time. Get the pencil drawing, or sorry, get the cursor, select the whole side of the bench and go Edit, Make Group. Now that it's a group, we can copy and paste it to the other side. Now I want to copy and paste it from this point right here. So we're going to get that. Actually, let's take, and we're just going to, it's already selected. Let's just copy and paste it by going Control C for copy and Control V. And it might select it in the point we want it to, and it might not. So if it doesn't, we'll just put it in open air here. And we're going to zoom in nice and close so that we can use our move tool. So that's our move tool. And we want to get this point to this point. So we select on this point, and then we get close to the point we want to snap to. Now, if it's not snapping to that point, I'm just going to push down my orbit tool, and I'm going to get into a different angle, and then it will snap just a little bit easier. So we click to snap it into place. Zoom extents, and there you have it. The two sides to your 3D bench. Now, this line is no longer needed, so we can erase that. Let's push the eraser through it. We want to make some side rails that go from here to here, and those side rails are 200 millimeters from the bottom corner. So we'll get that pencil tool just to locate a point and go up 200 millimeters on the blue axis. There's our point. Now from that point, we're going to go, I'll just zoom in so you can see it a little better and orbit over. We're going to go along the green axis 20 millimeters, up on the blue 50. Remember, all of these numbers are on your piece of paper or your example I've shown you, and then we're just going to click back on the red axis, but on that blue line, and then we're going to go all the way back down to create this rectangle. So the reason we did that is so that we can take and use our push-pull and push that all the way to the other side. And we're going to go right to the very end of the stool, just like that. Okay, there you have it, one of the side rails. So let's do exactly the same thing on the other side. Just zoom in so you can see it better. Get that pencil tool, click on that bottom point, go up. Sometimes it'll guess, but this time I'm not sure if that's the number. So let's just type in 200 so we know for sure. And go in on the red, that's 20. Up on the blue, and that is 50. And then back. I'll just zoom in so you can see that. We want to be on, I don't think it's the red, is it? Is it the red? Oh, it is the red. Yep, we want to be on the red, and it can just snap back to that vertical line and then back here, and you can see that we've made a rectangle. Get my push-pull tool, push that all the way to the other side. And if you can't see it, remember you can zoom in while and you can orbit, but I can't pan. So I'm just going to stay there, and I'm going to snap to that edge in the group. Zoom extents, and there you have it. Very nice. Okay, so to put the shelf in underneath, we're simply going to go underneath, so orbit underneath the drawing. And to put the shelf in, we're simply going to draw a line from, let's try it from this point here to this point here. There's one line. We'll zoom out and orbit to the other side and do the same thing. Let's see what zoom extent does here. There we go. You always want to try and get into a good space where you can see the points you want to draw to. So there's my pencil, and I'm going to click from this point right across to this point. There you go. Now it just made a bottom to my shelf, but that bottom is paper thin. It hasn't been extruded yet. So the way I know is because I just drew it that way, but the way I can see it is if I go to face style and go to X-ray, you can see that there's no thickness to that line. Okay, so we're going to take and make it a little thicker. So it's difficult to draw in X-ray, so I'm just going to go back to my face style, get out of X-ray, and click on that push-pull tool and push that up. If you can go way up high if you want, just so you know you're in the right direction, but you're still only just going to type in 20 millimeters, and there you go. So that is now 20 millimeters. How do I know? I don't. I can't hardly tell. I can sort of do a measurement here if I wanted to. Again, if you want to go back into view, click on X-ray, and now you can see you have a thickness to your shelf. It's magical. Take X-ray off. So the next step is for us to do the top. Now the top, the simplest way that I can think of at this point is to just draw a line from, let's go from outside edge to outside edge, and do the exact same thing on this side. We might as well just click there and click there. We might have to go across. So do the whole rectangle. Then we can take our push-pull tool and push that up, or pull it up, I guess, 20 millimeters. And this top, it tells us, is 340 by 600. Okay, so we need to figure out how much overhang that is. So this currently is 300 by 560. So that means if we want to finish with 600 by 340, we want to add 40 to each of those measurements, which is 20 millimeters of overhang all the way around. So we can just click on our push-pull tool, pull this out to the left 20, and we can pull this out to the right 20. Do the same here, pull this out 20, and pull this towards us 20. And we can double check to make sure we have 340 by 600, 340 by 600, perfect. Zoom extents. And one more thing for this first part of this drawing. We want to make our corners round so we don't scratch our leg when we're working with this bench. So to do that, I don't really have a number in mind, but let's see what can we do here. Let's draw this from this edge. Let's go, let's try 20. Let's see if that number works. So there is my 20, and I'm going to go in 20 as well. And from that point, I'm going to get my circle drawing tool, click on that 20 point, and if I actually just click on this point right here, that'll be a circle with a 20 millimeter radius. So what I can do here is I can get my push-pull tool and click on this and then pull it down until I've offset to 20 mil. Then I do not need this line or this line. And that's how we can round that corner. So I'm going to do it 3 more times. So if you didn't get it the first time, remember we can watch me do it 3 more times. Repetition is key to success. So click on this corner, go 20, find that end point, and go 20 in. Get your circle drawing tool, click on that point, click on this point. There we go. Use your push-pull and push it down till it says offset limited to 20. Perfect. Grab your eraser tool, click, click. Want to see it again? I always find that the best thing to do is get into a position that you can see exactly what you want to do. So that position is there, nice and close. 20 millimeters with your pencil drawing tool, find that endpoint. Really? That seems too far, doesn't it? Let's see how that works. Maybe not, I'm just in that close. 20 by 20, circle drawing tool, radius 20, push pull down, offset 20. There you go. Delete, delete. Let's get into this last one here. 20, find that endpoint, 20, there you go. Push pull. And there you have it. Now I'm just going to see if I can clean this up a bit. Let's see what happens if I delete this line. Uh-oh, I deleted that whole group. So Control Z is edit or edit undo. We'll get that back, and we want to explode that group. So we're going to click on, with our cursor, we're going to click on this, and we're going to go Edit, Solid Group, in Model, and Explode. And that'll make it back to being separate lines. We might as well do this side while we're at it as well. Edit, Explode. Oh, I forgot to save. Try to save as often as you can. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. This is not saved. See how it says untitled? Now it probably has backed it up for me by now, but let's get it saved before we lose it. File, save as. Please name this 3D Bench and place it in your folder so that you can find it to send. I have a SketchUp folder on my desktop, and that's where I'm going to save it. There we go, we're safe. So now this has been exploded, so we can get our eraser tool and we can erase that line and this line. Oops. So I'm thinking it probably did the same over here. Yes, it did. I think we have got to Control Z that twice so we get the insides back, and we might have to draw another line here. Let's see. Here and here. Maybe underneath as well. No, there's a line there, and let's do the same here. Let's see if this fixes our issue. So when I go and I erase here, no, same thing. So what is happening? What is happening? Maybe I have to draw this line in here too. And maybe it's just not going to work either. Let's just draw that one and take a look and see if that helps. Yes, I think that worked well. So we have to draw so it doesn't delete part of that end. We've got to draw these inner pieces. Let's zoom into there. And then we'll have to do the same on, if you lose yourself, press zoom extents. We'll have to do the same in here. Just draw this line from here to here. Okay, so that should work out just fine. So now we will be able to erase this line and this line. There we go, that's looking much better. And this line right here. Awesome, there we go. Almost complete. We'll get back into this position where we've got the red going to the right, green to the left, blue up and down. How about like that? And get your text tool. Let's do 3D text. And a little window will pop up. And please type in your name. For me, it's going to be Mr. Cardinal. And the size. So we're going to place it on the 50 millimeter side skirt, side rail there. So let's try making this, how about 30, and see what it looks like. We'll extrude it maybe only by a couple millimeters. Extrusion is the thickness. Place it. I'm liking that. Those are good numbers. And then you can see that you can place it on any surface, but I would like you to place it on this side rail just like that. And if you zoom in, you have a little more control. So try and kind of center it there. I'm going to put mine right there and then click. We're good to go. So let's save that. And that is part 1 of drawing a 3D bench. In part 2, we're going to basically jazz it up a little bit. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.